Yes! Hello today. Look, we've got Zenkai Awakening First Form Frieza. Let's just do this. Let's cue the intro.
Welcome to my channel, where cringy intros are cringy.
Alright, so we are here. Let's just go into it. First off, let's answer the most important question. If you are playing LOE, should you get this unit to Zenkai 7? The answer is yes, absolutely. In fact, if you're playing Frieza Force or LOE, then in that case, I definitely suggest you work on this character. You could also put him on powerful opponents, although I would argue that you don't necessarily have to, or it's not even necessary, just because a lot of what he does really works only really with Frieza Force or Lineage of Evil. However, if you made an entire powerful opponent Lineage of Evil team, then in that case that could work too. I just think that goes way beyond what you should actually be trying to do, so just do this instead. Work on Frieza Force, work on LOE, and go from there. Alright, so let's actually cover his stats. They're solid. Let's see if they're at display max. So what it's like, they're very solid. Okay, so it doesn't really matter if they're max or not. We're really focused more so on the kit than anything else. So one thing I want to mention, which is definitely different from what it used to be, they've added endurance killing. I believe they have added this because literally just tonight, I did a video on it, and I noticed that it never had nullification of endurance. Now it does. So either DBZ Space forgot to add that, or alternatively, they just recently added that, which in that case, this means that this ability has been buffed, as in the ult has been buffed. Now, with that being said, I could always double check and go back and look and see if maybe I'm just, you know, going insane, but I believe it's a buff. But what I do know is a buff is the abilities that this guy has gotten. Alright, so first off, we got Planet Destroyer, which is the main ability. The one thing they added to this was the applies buff effect nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 10 timer counts. That basically means that this dude, when he goes off, no one's allowed to stop him. Except for, like, the God Vegeta. The Zenkai one. That one can stop him. But no one else. So yeah, he's gonna go ham. The only other people that could potentially stop are units that can break cards. Otherwise, you are taking the L right there. The Zenkai ability is for Frieza Force, so Element Purple and Frieza Force. So if you wanted to run Ginyu, the Zenkai 7 Ginyu, and use him along with this Frieza, you could. And he'll get buffed. So that's really, really cool. Also worth noting that Frieza Force is looking exceptional at this point, and the reason for that is because they have the Legends Limited Full Power Frieza, who is really good on Frieza Force, and arguably better on Frieza Force, at least prior to the Zenkai, than on Lineage of Evil. Now, it could change. I'm not 100% certain where it really lands. I'm not an LOE main, nor a Frieza Force main, so I can't really state anything in regards to that, other than the fact that you'd have to test that out, see what's better. But from the people in my guild that have been playing LOE for a long time, they found that Frieza Force was just, like, inarguably better than LOE for the longest time. That is, well, since the Legends Limited unit has released. That has obviously since changed. Now it's up in the air. It all depends on how First Form Frieza works in conjunction to both teams and see what team supports him better and what he supports better. And I think that's going to really be the deciding factor. But it's just nice that, you know, he has a Zenkai just for people that really want Zenkais. Finally, let's take a look. We have here. Nothing looks like it has changed, honestly. It doesn't look like they really buffed anything in regards to work hard okay. So that's going to stay the same. Fearsome Emperor, let's see. Have they added anything? No, they have not added anything else that I can see. Everything looks the exact same. But then we have the Price of Treason and Euphoric Destruction. These are the two new things, so let's take a look at the Price of Treason. Alright, so he applies the following effects to self when one allied Frieza Force or Lineage of Evil is defeated. 20% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Nullifies attribute downgrades for 30 timer counts. Okay. -2 Blast Arts cost cannot be cancelled. Okay, well, what's the Blast Arts cost? 28. So it would go down to 26. Okay. There's a lot of efficiency with the card costs. It's not exactly, like, major, but it could make the difference between potentially ending a combo with another card or not. So that's actually pretty cool. And then we got Euphoric Destruction. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. 20% to and blast damage inflicted cannot be stacked, and then increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts, and also cancels enemy buff effects, activates twice upon entering the battlefield. Wow. That's actually pretty good. Does this make this guy top tier? Does it make him able to just completely annihilate and put LOE on the map? I believe that LOE and Frieza Force will see play. However, I think the biggest problem that I'm currently seeing with Lineage of Evil still is that their best red is very, very fragile. But other than that, it's looking a lot better. I mean, red metal cooler can also be used. When I'm thinking of the best red, I'm really just thinking of the movies Frieza, the one from the Broly saga, the Broly movie. He's a ridiculously good red unit, just his defense is really, really bad. So as a result, you really have to rely on your Legends Limited full power Frieza, the yellow one, blue cooler, this purple Frieza, which now has gotten buffed, so that's really cool. Although, with this new Frieza, I'm starting to think that maybe red metal cooler might start taking a bigger role, just because of extra tanking, extra defense, whatnot. But I don't want to toot my horn too much here. I'm not exactly sure how this is all going to go down, but what I do know is that this is a very welcome addition for Lineage of Evil or Frieza Force mains, like just in general. Frieza Force is looking pretty good because they have their Frieza Force soldiers, they have this Frieza, they have a whole bunch of different units that they can use, and as a result, a pool actually gets a good buff from this. Ginyu gets a good buff, so if you want to use the Zenkai Ginyu, you could. You could just drop a pool altogether, never use him, and use the other ones. So the fact of the matter is, Frieza Force is actually looking pretty solid. Lineage of Evil has some older units that could be replaced. Like, when I'm thinking of a good green unit, I think their best one is, what, green metal cooler? Is that right? I would have to assume. I can't think of a better green unit for Lineage of Evil. Again, I am not the biggest fan, or do I use these units. However, I strongly believe that this Frieza is solid. Very solid. Could he be better in practice? Probably. But I think the fact of the matter is, this is already ridiculously good. He was already good prior to his Zenkai. Just like the blue cooler, I'm questioning his need for, a Zenkai right now. But I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. So with that being said, guys, that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't hesitate to tickle the like button if you haven't already subscribed. And click at the bell for more notifications so you never miss another one of my videos. Have yourselves a salty day, and I will see you in the next video.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a time, Phil G. Phil G.